Hi guys, welcome to episode 86 of this podcast that we call Two Beards Podcast.
There it is. I was going to finish your sentence there, and then I couldn't think of what comes next, and the only word I could think of was two. It's like two.
I was waiting for you to finish it, but then you just didn't.
Yeah, I know, because my brain just took a shit on itself. Again, the only word I could think of was the last word you said, which was two.
Well, and I almost said episode 85 because we're doing the same podcast, but not comparing two beers. Welcome to episode 84, where we drank Crikey IPA.
Yeah.
You missed out on that, so we recorded something else. But now you get to hear our original experience of Crikey IPA in a different beer form called Bits and Bobs.
Mm-hmm.
Bits and Bobs? Bits and Bobs?
Bits and Bobs?
I don't know.
Yeah. Have you had this before?
No. Okay, so it's 50 IPUs, 70% ABV. I'm expecting it to be the exact same as Crikey, but the exact same. Pew. Yeah.
Turn down the smidge. That's about what it is.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
I mean, maybe we'll be wrong. Maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised or disappointed. I don't know.
Don't remember.
So Nick, drinking out of a ball today. Feeling a bit.
Just gonna do it.
Bits, bobs, and balls.
The 3 B's. Classic.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is just gonna be a solid B beer.
Yeah, doubtful.
Doubt it.
Fucking doubt it.
I don't know, man. The logo really pisses me off too.
Does it now?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make any sense at all?
I don't enjoy the colors that are on it.
Oops.
They're very
what are they going for? Right?
It's like bad 90s color schemes, you know what I mean?
Every year, we create a new IPA using unique hops, malts, and processes. We recently discovered this is our chance to innovate with the bits and bobs that we are so excited about. It is an expression of the new and innovative IPA profiles we love. That is a bit dramatic to me.
I don't know. It makes me feel like crayons, and it's just not pleasant. I don't want to be thinking of waxy when I'm drinking a beer. I don't know.
So this is the 2018 can.
I kind of like the 2018 more, honestly.
Me too. It looks more retro and it looks more streamlined. This is just random.
That looks like if you modified the colors a little bit, that even looks like it has some orange in there instead of the red.
Yeah.
You could pull it off as some 70s kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
This just looks like Crayola.
Yes. This is I think this is 20 people, so
I thought they said they do a new IPA every year or something, but you're talking about 2018 or something?
Apparently they just do a different version of this every year. So here's the 2019, and I think this can was similar.
But it's called Bits and Bobs, so they probably just take whatever's left after
that's the same
harvest and what beers they've made, and they're like, let's just throw these ingredients in there and Bits and Bobs.
Yeah.
I'm shitting on this beer and I haven't even tasted it or smelled it or anything, so here we go. We got a little haze. It's very yellow, real Mountain Dew piss yellow. No head. It looks like. Okay, you got it. Yeah.
Clearly, you just got the wrong glass.
That doesn't
weird.
count.
That's weird.
This looks like soda, right? It looks like orange juice and soda water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
I don't know, man.
You tell me. I had this on one occasion because I went to get the Crikey and they didn't have it, but they had this, so I was like, sure, I'll try it. I haven't had it yet.
I like it better than the Crikey.
Yeah, I kind of thought you would. Although maybe you're just not remembering the Crikey very well. You know?
No, this one has more of an experience to it. I feel like it's got this lemony tone up front.
It does.
Which is kind of nice, like a little tart, and then kind of goes out into like a smoother, a little bit stickier on the end.
And I'll give that to him. I think that's expressed in the can.
It's yellow.
Yeah, I think, you know what really could have made it better is just get rid of these colors down here and just had it a solid black.
Yeah. No, it's the color scheme. It's all like the red, green, yellow.
Yeah.
It's just
weird. It's unnecessary.
I feel like I don't know. Now that it's like sitting, I'm getting a lot of like white wine kind of tones in my brain, which means it's probably very sugary. Not a good hangover. It's a headache kind of drink if you drink too many of these.
It is pretty sweet. Definitely pretty sweet. Yeah.
Tell me, what are you getting? Because I'm talking a lot about my experience here.
I get this weird mixture of hoppiness and tartness, but not to the point of sour. All up front. And then the hoppiness, I think, goes away and comes back, where the tartness sticks. Is this your face about my description or about the beer?
No, it's just my second drink. It just
Okay, just didn't sit right with you.
no.
Yeah,
I there's something about it that's like
it's a little unpleasant.
it's throwing me off. Yeah. I'm actually like I thought it was gonna be better, and then now I'm like, I don't think I enjoy this beer. I don't think I like it.
I'm fine with it. Like, I would finish off a 6-pack. I don't dislike it.
I think I actually dislike this beer.
Interesting.
It's like, okay. I talked about like the flavors I'm getting. Let me talk a little bit about the feel. That's really odd.
Really? I feel like that's the most normal part of the beer.
I mean, maybe it's just this one, like, right? Like maybe the next one I open is gonna be better. No,
Try the ball.
No,
Try the ball.
No.
Try the
Social
ball.
distancing, dude.
What? Fuck you. Book ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Front of the tongue, very citrusy. Got a little hotness to it, like kind of herbal, lemony kind of mixture concoction going on.
Yeah.
Middle of the tongue, nothing. It's like odd. Like very middle of your tongue's odd. And in the back of your tongue, you get like this kind of like sticky aftertaste. Where you're talking about like the hops kind of come back in the end a little bit.
Right.
But it's not like the herbal hops up front. It's more of like a resiny.
Yeah.
Like there's like some hop gunk left over kind of thing.
Oh yeah, like that shit that we drank.
Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I'm getting.
For sure. Yeah, I think the one thing I think the Crikey has over this one is it's lighter and more crisp and not as sweet.
Yeah.
Which I think is really bringing you down on this one. That's a pretty big fault for you.
I want to like it because I really like that first taste, that lemon herbally kind of
has a zing to it, if you will.
Yeah. But it just doesn't sit that way.
It's going like all in on the lemon rather than trying to like balance it out a little bit.
Like I'm like to give like a non-beer comparison, it's like drinking like a really nice gin and tonic. The really smooth gin. It's like herbally and maybe a little, garnished with the lemon. And you're gonna have some like very clean and herbal flavors, and it's just gonna be smooth.
Yeah,
that's what like the experience that I want this beer to be. But it's just not. It just like ends weird.
Yeah.
It's got some funk.
I agree with some of these on what the fuck's this app called?
Untapped?
Yeah. A couple of the descriptors they give it is clean, smooth, hoppy, light, and grainy. I don't really see grainy, and definitely not clean.
I think they're talking about that like resiny texture. I don't know. Maybe they're not, but
Maybe,
like I'm with you. Like the grains aren't shining through by any means.
No, because if they were, I would like this a lot less personally. Like when beers are super like grainy and like malty, it's just too sweet and it's just like too bready, and I don't like that. But I don't really get that from this. But again, I also don't think it's clean. I think it's kind of got like a bit of a stick.
It does,
you know.
Yeah, I think up front it feels like
tricks you.
Think it's gonna be clean.
Yeah,
but aftertaste,
it is pretty smooth. I'll give them that.
Yep.
But like, it's just like too sticky and sweet. So I don't.
What's the average rating for?
It's 3.9.
Pretty high.
High.
I mean, to be fair, Untapped skews high, like our old scale.
Right, that's true.
So, like, I mean, an average beer on our old scale was like 3.6, 3.8. So,
but again, I mean, still, so that's still above average on our old scale, which you're right.
Yeah.
That probably lines up more with this one. I really like our new scale. I feel like it's much more accurate.
Yes, and fair across the board, I think.
Agreed. Yeah. I had something about quarantine that I wanted to tell you about, and between my house and the drive here, I don't know what the fuck it was.
I don't know. You showered today?
I did do that, so that's a win. Clean yourselves every so often, people. It's important. You don't need rashes.
Every day. Every day. Every day. At least once.
Sorry? No.
At least once.
No. You do not need to wash yourself more than once.
I mean, you could.
You don't need to.
What if you, like, out in
Then you should
the
wash yourself after that, not before.
But you already showered once in the morning.
No, why?
So it's like, because you washed yourself. Daily routine.
I'm not getting up early enough to take a shower in the morning. Did you take a shower in the morning before your 5:30 meeting?
I did.
Wow, I'm proud of you. That's amazing. Very proud of you. We spent far too much time last night playing Call of Duty. Was it worth it? Maybe. Did we have fun?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I drank a little too much as well.
Weren't feeling so hot?
No, I was feeling fine. I was just like...
A little groggy.
Yeah, I was like, I probably didn't need to. And
Yeah.
then I also thought, but then again, I didn't need to stay up till midnight.
Did that.
So...
I know it, yeah. Yeah.
I just feel like you always need to have a drink in front of you playing Call of Duty. Maybe like it doesn't have to be an alcoholic beverage, but you have to have something to drink.
Yes.
In front of you.
I remember high school and even after high school, like before I was 21. I mean, just night after night in a friend's basement, just like landing it up and drinking Mountain Dew. Lot of
and
sugar.
Dr. Pepper.
And Dr. Pepper. Just a stupid amount of sugar.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it was insane.
like, can you imagine drinking like
Oh my God,
6 or
no.
7 sodas?
I cannot imagine drinking 2.
Yeah.
After 1, I'm like, that is too much.
Yeah.
After 1. I can't do it, man. I cannot do it. People at work will be like getting Red Bulls and shit, and I'm like, ugh. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to say like, oh, I'm cooler than you. I don't drink energy drinks, but also they're pretty fucking gross.
They are disgusting. Like, they taste bad.
They're so terrible
They're
for you.
so bad for you.
So bad.
And it's like, have you heard of coffee?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and you could put sugar in that if you want it to taste like sweeter.
Yeah.
So,
I don't
know, man.
One thing, coffee is like beer. People who say they don't like coffee.
My brother used to.
People who say they don't. I used to say I don't like coffee. People say they don't like beer, and I fully admit this, are wrong, and I fully admit this. With the coffee that I had, in the sense that I just didn't know what I liked or what good coffee was.
Yeah.
My experience of coffee was, I had my friend brought me to Starbucks when I was in like high school at some point, and he's like, yo, you got to try this peppermint mocha. And I described it as licking a barbecue. That's what it tasted like to me.
Yeah.
And that's not far from the truth. Like, if I had a peppermint mocha from Starbucks today, I would be like,
This is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah. No thanks.
But, like properly brewed espresso, cold brew, all good things.
Delicious. Yeah, absolutely.
Not to hate, like, if you love Starbucks peppermint mochas, like, that's your thing. But if you say you don't like coffee, I'm like,
probably wrong.
Probably just haven't had coffee that you would enjoy.
Right. No, absolutely. Yeah, and two, Starbucks' like actual coffee, is not great. They openly say, they burn their beans open, like they say.
Yes.
Like, we burn our beans so there's consistency
Yes.
across the thousands of stores we have. That's cool. Like, that's what you do, and like that makes sense.
And people enjoy it.
Yeah, and people enjoy it, and you make a shit ton of money off of it. So keep doing what you're doing, because I'll tell you, you go to any Starbucks in the world, and you're pretty much gonna have the exact same experience.
Yep.
Like, with very minimum leeway in between, and that's impressive, honestly. Because even McDonald's, I feel like you have such variety in your experiences, and that's probably mostly due to just the shittiness of the people there.
That's 100% that, but
right.
But yeah.
But at the same time, like, I've had my order screwed up like 300% more times at McDonald's than I have at Starbucks. So just all around, they do a pretty good job.
Great breakfast sandwiches.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
The bacon Gouda.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the double smoked bacon Gouda. So good.
Delicious.
So good. Hard to beat.
Yeah.
But yeah, my brother used to not like coffee either, and then all of a sudden he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be late for work. I gotta go to Dunkin' Donuts." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "To get a coffee before work." I'm like, "Fucking since when? What is this?" He's like, "Oh, I like this now. I drink this," and it was like a vanilla milkshake, more or less, what he was drinking.
Sure,
but it did have coffee in it, and he was fine with it. And he said himself too, he's like, I honestly don't love it. He's like, but it, like, this is a vanilla milkshake and that tastes good. I just like to, like, it helps me, wake up a little more. I'm like, all right, cool. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But then now over the years, although he still drinks it relatively sweet, he's buying like cold brew at the store and, adding milk and shit to it, but
weird.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay. But just not as much as it used to.
Yeah.
Like, wow, you can taste the coffee in that. I'm impressed. So I think there's something to be said for, to your point, you probably just haven't found what you like yet, but then also some things just kind of you acquire over time too.
No, 100%. I mean, same thing with beer. I think beer is an acquired taste, but you have to be willing to understand that not everything you drink will be enjoyable. Like this beer. Maybe I could acquire this taste one day. But right now, not for me.
Was there a time that you did not like beer?
I don't know. I think it's always been enjoyable for me. Like, I remember having my first beer, and it was a Blue Moon at Buffalo Wild Wings. And I thought it was fine. I think I don't think it was amazing. So I had 3 drinks. I had a Blue Moon, a Jack and Coke, or Jack and Pepsi, I think, because I think they switched to Pepsi for some god awful reason, and then an electric lemonade.
Oh.
The electric lemonade was by far my favorite.
Interesting. The
Jack and Coke I described as it tasted like cotton candy if you lightly coated it in shit.
Not far from the truth, in my opinion.
No, I mean that's if I had a Jack and Pepsi today, I might just we should probably have a podcast where we just have like
basic drinks
or some of the drinks that we just think are horrible.
Yeah.
Like maybe we should do like a Jack and Pepsi, and then I can come up with a better Jack and Pepsi.
Oh, that is interesting now.
Yeah.
One thing that I've always hated.
Or we both come up with what we think would be a better.
All right. That is outside of my realm, but I will try.
I mean, I'll help you out.
Fair enough. Thank you. Fireball has always been my kryptonite. I hate that shit.
Have you always hated it?
Always hated that
Interesting.
shit.
I used to fuck with some Fireball.
I do not like spicy cinnamon. I hate hot tamales. I don't like big red gum.
I like all that.
That's why I don't like it.
Got it.
So,
what was do you know what your first beer was?
Well, that's a loaded question. Are we talking first full beer I've drinking or the first beer I've tasted?
I would say first full beer you've drinking because I mean, tasted is. I mean, if you know what you tasted. Then...
Yeah, I mean, so I tasted a Bud Light at a Cubs game, and I was, second grade, third grade.
What'd you think?
It was just one of, those like
Dad
son, and I'm like, all right, cool. Dad's letting me be cool. Yeah. and my first thought was like, oh, that's not bad. My dad's like, oh shit.
We're fucked.
Oh shit. Yeah, my mom was thrilled about that when she found out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was not bad.
Okay, first full
beer was also the only time that I had alcohol prior to being 21. It was like I think it was like 18, and I do not remember what that beer was. That was like a PBR or something.
Some light.
Yeah. But not even like Miller Lite, or it was like a PBR or
Coors Light.
No, not even something like that. I'm trying to think of something like
Natty
worse.
Light.
Yeah, like a Natty Light or like a PBR.
Weinards.
old Milwaukee or something like that. Yeah, something just like complete, like not even bottom of the barrel. It's outside of the barrel on the floor.
Yeah.
So, and that I hated. I did drink the whole thing, but I fucking hated that.
At least you drank it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think my one bad experience, I can't even remember. Like I don't remember my experience exactly, but I don't think it was enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
But this was my first craft beer experience, I guess I should say.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was at McMiniman's Oli Club in Chehalis.
Okay.
On a date, and so McMiniman's has their own like beers and drinks and stuff. So I was looking through their beer list. I was like, oh, I'll get a beer. One of the beer descriptions was chocolate cake in a glass.
Oh.
And that sounded good to me.
You got that.
Yeah, well, I didn't know what I liked alcohol-wise yet. So I didn't.
And I know your flavors changed a little bit, too, over the years.
Yeah, and I think there was a large period. Well, not a large, because that night, everything kind of changed for me, I think, alcohol-wise. Mm. I think there was a period where I just didn't know what I liked. I didn't have any, like, friends or family that were into craft beer yet.
Yeah, that's kind of big.
So there was just no frame of reference. Mm-hmm. And then, I didn't even know really what, like, different spirits or drinks tasted like. So I was just, like, sticking to beer.
Right, yeah.
So I was like, chocolate cake in a glass. That sounds good.
Can we talk about that for a second? How daunting was that for you? Because for me, I was like blown away when I like first got to a bar like by myself, and I like sitting there like, what do you have? I'm like,
Fuck if I know.
I don't know what the fuck any of that is, so I guess I'll have the beer.
I don't know what any of these drinks taste like. I don't know what any of the liquors in them taste like.
I just don't know. Yeah.
I've heard some names of drinks, but I couldn't even tell you what that means.
Right, and like if I'm gonna like it, and now I have to spend my money on it,
yeah.
I'm not gonna like gamble on that.
So let me just randomly pick a beer.
Exactly. So you have a better probability of having.
I have some frame of reference.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, had this chocolate cake in a glass, and I think I just hated it.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think it was a chore, and it still would be today.
Yeah, it would.
So yeah, it was probably some kind of chocolate stout.
Yeah, right.
Guinness-y bullshit.
Right.
But I ventured out.
Proud of you. Good job.
Figured out don't like chocolate cake in a glass. I think soon after that, I asked my dad what something tasted like, and I remember him.
Terrible person for you to ask.
Well,
I just mean in the sense that like looking at your taste profiles now, they're like complete opposite. So if you're like, oh, I think I want to try this, he'd be like, oh, that tastes like shit. You don't want to try that.
Well, on certain things, right? Like my dad doesn't like bitter stuff. Like, so my dad hates coffee.
Yeah.
Going back to that conversation, my dad hates it.
Hates coffee, hates IPAs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
he likes spirits, and
yes,
you guys are more aligned. You guys are a lot more aligned.
We are
there.
Yeah, especially neat. We're a lot more aligned on taste. But like drinks, we differ. Beer and coffee, we definitely differ. But natural spirits, yeah. Mm-hmm. So he just walked me through a lot of different spirits, and that's I remember liking maybe two of them. I remember thinking the butterscotch schnapps was delicious.
Ooh. By itself.
Yeah, I mean it was I think it was a low proof schnapps, but still. I remember thinking that was delicious, and like I can't remember something else. But other than that, I was like, I even though I drank those things, I don't have any like memory or like descriptions to attach those things to my brain. It's like, what does whiskey taste like? It tasted like my first time having whiskey.
Yeah, yeah.
Did I like it? I don't really know, because I don't really know what it tastes like yet.
Well, and you didn't know what it tasted like, and then now too, like looking back, it's like you've had so much whiskey that it's like, what even is the first time I tried whiskey at this point?
Yeah, like I'm sure I tried whiskey at like that night. Probably tried whiskey, but like I don't remember what it was. I don't remember my thoughts on it. I don't remember anything, because it's like there was just no frame of reference for me to like be like,
right,
this.
Right. I can't remember a time before, so it very well could have been the first time I had whiskey. Was when we were skating in Azusa and you pulled a bottle out of your car.
Sounds right.
That because I'm trying to think.
I think that's true. I think it was Jameson.
Really? Jameson?
I think it was Jameson. Wow. And you were like, never had this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure that was the first time I had whiskey. And not yet, like looking back, like I can't tell you what Jameson tastes like. I know it's very, like now I'm like, it's fine. I do not love it. But I remember that first time I had it, I was like, oh, this is good. I like this.
I like Jameson.
Yeah. It's fine. I don't dislike it by any means. It's kind of like
Jameson would be good with this beer, because Jameson is like also like it's an Irish whiskey. It's very florally, very front of the nose.
Yeah,
pairs well with lemon in my mind.
It's fair. Yeah, that could be a nice one to get. Do an old fashioned with a lemon then.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, I don't. It's been a while since I had Jameson.
What'd you say?
Said it's been a while.
Okay.
Since I've had Jameson. Yeah, I don't. I feel like I've had it more recently than I'm thinking. The last time I remember having Jameson was at my buddy's wedding. I don't know, man. What is life?
What is laughter?
What this life.
Baby, don't hurt me. Wait, what?
Yeah, that's where it's going. Man. Good old alcohols. What you doing there?
I don't know, man.
All right.
I'm still just looking at it. It's
all right.
weird.
All right, yeah, it's okay.
Maybe I got a weird can. I'm hoping I got a weird can.
Probably not.
Watch me open this next one and be like, oh, this is pretty good.
This is my favorite fucking beer.
Love it.
Probably not.
I mean, it has happened.
Mm-hmm.
I have had bad cans of beer.
I have had times where it was either the can of beer or the glass it was in got like musty or something somehow.
Yeah.
And I don't know which one it was.
Don't really want to know.
Right. Because then I had a different can and a different glass and it was good. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So,
but I've had those experiences. So like,
experiences, yeah. Not often, thankfully.
No.
I think I've only had it like a couple times, really. I remember specifically once with a daisy cutter. I opened it up and tasted it. I was like I almost choked or coughed on it, and I was like, that's not a daisy cutter.
That doesn't surprise me, though.
Go on.
Because daisy cutters got like these we've had the daisy cutter on the show before, I think.
Yeah.
It's got all these grassy tones.
Yeah.
So if you throw some like funk in some grass, it turns from like very not I think of like mowing the lawn. Like, mow the lawn, smells amazing. It like rains, and then the lawn clipping turns into like mulch, and it gets like funky.
It gets real funky really quickly, very easily. Yeah.
So I think when I think like a daisy cutter going bad, like my mind goes to like mulchy, moldy
That's
funk.
what it was. That's exactly
like bready,
what
moldy funk, and it's like, ugh.
It wasn't quite bready, but yeah, it was definitely that like almost moldy funk, and yeah, so maybe
like wet bread.
It could just be a temperamental beer.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, it was not a good time. Did not enjoy that at all. Okay. And it was sad because, they only fucking pour them in 16-ounce cans, so I had to waste a whole fucking can.
Yeah, true.
That was disappointing.
So I poured this heavy. Yeah, you guys can see this. The head is quickly going down.
Yeah, you're right. It's clearly the ball that kept it around.
Yeah.
So maybe just not the right glass for this beer.
How was the ball, by the way?
Awkward to tip it all the way back because you have to. But as far as drinking experience, I don't know. You tell me if I'm missing out on a smink because.
All right, I'll sacrifice.
Because personally, I feel like I get more bitter tones without the smink, whereas that you're gonna get more citrusy tones and sweeter tones, and it'll sweeten an already sweet beer.
Actually, I think I got more hoppy tones. Actually.
Oh yeah,
I think that did improve it slightly.
Okay. All right.
Not enough to save the beer.
Fair enough. Still. It's really just more of a statement on the glassware than it is beer.
Yeah, so kind of going along the lines of how we rate beers, I would say that like the concept of the beer is missing on me. Like either you want like this lemony herbal like thing and it's going to be like fresh and light and summery and delicious, or you want to go like full white wine and get some of the like bring out those middle grapey tones.
Yeah.
And go for a brute IPA.
Yeah.
But it seems to have like combined those and then has this like funky aftertaste with the hops because it like I don't like it should either be more hoppy and herbally or it should be less hoppy.
Agree.
I don't
I don't know. I don't think I was gonna say agreed. I don't know what the fuck I was gonna say. So we'll just say
agree and regret. I don't know.
I agree.
Regret.
I regret. I regret. Oh fuck, man! I just can't do more than one thing at a time. Apparently.
So like, do you agree? Or?
I regret. I regret. That's just what I do.
Oh man,
Jesus. Yeah, we could probably go through this though now. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Yeah. So I mean, look, obviously it's very light, very yellow. Little haze going on, not much. smell, I haven't really gotten a good smell. I don't really have a great glass for that. So if you wanna aid in that department, the glass is a little more suited. But my guess is hoppy / floral / lemon.
Actually, there's not a lot of citrus that comes out in the hop or in the smell.
Yeah.
But it definitely hoppy, earthy, herbally. Like, it's not overwhelmingly hoppy. It's actually it's got a pretty small smell.
Mm.
What's not bold? Fearful? It's got a fearful smell? I don't know.
Writing that down.
Yeah, it's...
There's not a lot going on.
I think that's why it helps. The smink helps, is it kind of helps those hoppy tones ride out through the life cycle of the drink compared to that middle like loss of flavor and just like weird grapey tones.
Well, I mean, we said too, like, oh man, they're connected, so we're trying to get like the full experience. And so, I mean, if you think about it too, it's like, as you go to smink, you get the initial smell, and then as you drink, like the beer that is like between the two cavities, obviously you're drinking that and hopefully not inhaling it like I normally do, but it just creates a much more fuller smell experience, like you're saying. So,
yep. I think this beer would do well if you. So like, I know why, but I think IPAs lose out on the opportunity for garnishes a lot. I think if you were to garnish this beer with a lemon, or I think this is actually the ideal of like a small grapefruit wedge. Just to get some of those sugars and that kind of like bittery citrus flavors a little bit heavier. I think this beer would be a lot more well-rounded.
We talked about that when we did our experiments with those two beers, the porters, I think they both were.
Yeah.
Technically. But people really shit on adding fruit garnishes to beers. I mean, you really have your orange with your Blue Moon and your lime with your Corona, and that's like about it.
Yeah.
And even that, it's like I feel like people still just like shit on it. Like it's like taboo to just add these things to your beer. But they'll get like an old fashioned with an orange slice in it, and it's like
it doesn't make any sense to me.
What's your principle here?
Yeah, if a grapefruit wedge improved this beer to me,
why is that wrong?
Yes. I don't know,
man. I'm with you. I mean, do whatever the fuck you want with your beer.
They're like, because it has intentional flavors, and it's like, well, so does Blue Moon. It's just not the intentional flavors that you want.
Do whatever the fuck you want with your own beer, except leave it in the fridge overnight and drink it the next day like Elizabeth. That's the only thing you can't do.
Nick means open it, drink some of it, and like
maybe
put some plastic over it.
No, not maybe. Even that. Maybe, yeah.
If she poured it in a glass, well, even then,
if she's sober enough.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
It's like, just drink it.
Just drink it, bud. Fuck. All right. Moving on to taste. We've covered this quite a bit.
I've spoken extensively about this.
It's hoppy-ish and tart very much up front. It's got a very hollow body. Has a very strong lemon flavors poking through. Kind of a winey thing going on as well. Yeah, we've talked about it a lot already.
Yeah.
Going on to feel. It does have a light feel. I don't agree with Untapped saying that it's clean, and they didn't say it, but clean always makes you think of crisp, and I don't think it's either one.
It's not clean or crisp.
Got a little stick to it.
I will say the carbonation is refreshing.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give it that.
It's got like this, bubbly carbonation to it. That's, I'm again, like I like look at my beer. It's
yeah.
It's bubbling.
Yeah.
You guys can't see this.
Probably not. Maybe. Enhance. Thoughts? The only thoughts I had are, what are you?
Yeah.
That's the only thought I had on this. What are you?
lots of areas for improvement. But at the same time, it lives up to its name, bits and bobs. It's got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Unfortunately, I just don't think that makes for a great beer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you got lucky, but you did not get lucky.
This is gonna be hard for me. All right, I think I've got mine. I want to go lower, but I think I'm being fair personally. Hello?
I got mine.
All right. What are you feeling?
I'm giving this a 1.9.
Wow. Okay.
It's meh.
Yeah.
It's so that the 1 to 1.5 is bad. I wouldn't call this a bad beer.
But meh.
It's meh.
Eh.
Like I could drink it. Not gonna say it's the worst thing in the world. It's not for me. It's just
yeah.
I wouldn't get it again. Unless I was gonna improve upon it by like adding a garnish or turning into some sort of cocktail or doing something with it, then I'm passing by this beer every time.
Totally. No, that makes sense. I am right there with you. So I said I wanted to rate it lower, but so I'm going with a 2, and I'm calling it okay. Judging by our definitions, this is kind of what I want. And maybe so the scale, although finished, we are looking to still add some more descriptors. I wanted to call it meh because that's how I feel about it, but realistically, I don't think it completely lacks a concept. I think it's like it has something, but it's just very underdeveloped, and it has not expanded and has not really defined itself for something. So I don't think it's completely gone, but it's just definitely not there.
You think there's some vision for what this beer to taste like, but that concept isn't fully realized and not executed well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm the lowest C you can give it.
I think it's fair.
Yeah. Again, I wanted to go a little lower, but it was just hard to do it a little bit lower than that. But still, I mean, a 2 compared to our oat scale, not common at all.
Yeah, I mean
1.9, not common at all.
I think where I disagree with you personally is I feel like they stumbled into some of those flavors rather than having a conceptualized concept.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. No, that's fair.
So I don't know.
I'm gonna write that shit down though, since I don't fucking forget it.
It's been a while. Exactly. Sorry. Well,
So yeah,
this has been a episode where we shit on a beer. I mean,
you know what?
Tell me what.
If you like beers like a summer shandy or something, and you're looking to get into IPAs, you might actually like that.
What is a summer shandy, Nick?
Do you not know, or do you want me to explain it?
Maybe.
Okay. A summer shandy is like a beer lemonade, and they are very weird.
It's beer with lemonade.
Right.
It's not a beer lemonade. It's beer with lemonade. Literally has lemonade in it.
Okay.
Almost like, adding a garnish to a beer.
So my point, if you like summer shandies, you might like this beer. It could kind of be a decent segue into the IPA world. This is definitely hoppier than your typical like Leinenkugel summer shandy or something like that.
Oh, 100%. It's going to be more bitter. All the delicious flavors of hop goodness that more than
totally
a Leinenkugel. I probably wouldn't do lemonade in this beer personally.
No.
Probably be a little too sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I would do something more like grapefruit juice. Maybe like a proper, like maybe like fresh squeezed blood orange juice would be good.
Beer mosa.
Yeah, more on the beer mosa side. I think you could do lemonade, but I probably wouldn't. I would probably do more like pitcher with ice and like.
I was gonna say with ice too, honestly.
Not like a beer at that point.
Not a half and half.
Like maybe throw in some basil lemonade, some of this, some ice, maybe a little rosemary if you're feeling fancy.
Totally.
A little zest.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's very much could be like beginner IPA type stuff.
Yep.
As far as flavors go, but for us, don't love it. It's not our cup of tea. It's very fine. It's very meh. It's just whatever. We don't hate it. Like I said, I would finish the 6-pack of this.
Well, you bought it, so you might as well.
Right, exactly. But I mean, there are some beers like.
We got to do this beer at some point, buddy.
I refuse to finish. It sat in my fridge for so long, to the point where I tried it again, and I was like, "Fuck this!" And I poured it all out. I said, "Dad, I'm sorry." I looked at my dad and said, "I'm sorry, but I'm pouring this out. This is disgusting."
Well, if you're new to this channel, Nick is describing his experience with Deschutes Fresh Squeezed IPA.
No. The New Belgian, the Citradelic.
Oh.
Yeah, not Fresh Squeezed. Fresh Squeezed isn't great, but it's not bad.
Maybe, yeah.
Fresh Squeezed isn't
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your experience, so.
I'm right.
I just mixed them up. You also don't like Fresh Squeezed, though.
I very much dislike.
You feel betrayed by Fresh
That's what
Squeezed.
it is. That's what it is. And it all goes back to expectation. Motherfuckers. Okay?
It is a beautiful logo that's just wasted upon a very okay beer.
Not even. Worse than okay. It's such a not good beer. But again, I'll finish a 6-pack of those.
Okay.
If I bought it. I will not drink Citradelic.
I don't know when... So I've had Citradelic once as well. But I don't know when that was. It must have been when they first released it.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. It was not good.
Oh, man.
I hope they don't make it anymore. I think they do, though.
I hope they bring back Liquid Paradise. That was a delicious beer.
Oh, yeah.
So good. It was a great logo. Had the Voodoo Ranger guy floating on a pool.
Most of the Voodoo Rangers, they haven't redone as far as mass shipment, maybe the brewery, they still have a lot of that shit, but not that they distribute.
I think the hazy one lasted, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, all the YouTube bullshit and stuff. Other than that, we'll see you next week or on Friday or on Sunday or next week or
so
probably all those.
Yeah, this is getting posted Tuesday, so we'll see you next Friday.
Yeah,
for a game.
Probably.